Hello, hello, hello. And my audio is working indeed. Welcome to RSF1 Racing. We are in round 15 in Saudi Arabia, here for the last race of the weekend. Yeah, I guess last race of the weekend? Yeah, no, it's not really the weekend, is it? Last race of the week in Saudi Arabia. We've got some drivers coming out on track already. We've got an Alpine somewhere. Skull Kid is going to be the first driver out on track. I hope you're all having, well, I hope you've all had a fantastic week. Nearly the weekend. It's been a really nice day up here. It's been feeling like summer might finally be on the way as Skull Kid guides us through Sector 1. Now, I don't know how up to date you guys have been in my, is it 3-week absence, 2-week absence since the last time I commentated, but I have been keeping an eye on the standings because I love everyone in Division 4 so much. I care about what everyone's getting up to, and I have seen that Mr. Neon is now a Division 3 driver, which means that this World Championship has now been blown completely wide open. It is now essentially between Quick Mick in the Alpine, Almanzi in the Red Bull, and Immortal in the McLaren to try and win Drivers' Championship. And Skull Kid is about to get us underway with his first lap. So we're going to ride on board with him. He's using the soft compound tyres. And here we go for the first qualifying lap of the evening. We'll talk it through a little bit and then I'll get back on to the standings, probably between either qualifyings or between races. So I'm going to keep you guys on the edge of your seat and I'm going to keep you wanting more. We have a cliffhanger for you guys on commentary. So don't say you don't get anything with me, because this is outstanding entertainment. As we watch Skull Kid nicely navigate Sector 1, he is going to put up a purple Sector 1. He does a 34.2 with his Las Vegas helmet on. We're a little bit hesitant to get too close to the wall. Turning a little bit earlier than he needs to, but it's not too bad of a lap for Skull Kid. I like that line, that was a good line. See what he can do now in Sector 3. Division 3. What he can do now in Sector 3. And Skull Kid will be looking to get as many points he can for Alpine to keep him and Quick Mix constructors' hopes alive. Skull Kid crossed the line. This is a 130.8. Stars invalidated. Let's have a look at Immortals is on an out lap. Almanzi hasn't come out yet. Quick Mick is also in the pits too. MT is on an actual lap, although he's coming towards the end of it. There is a... Is that Rogue? Rogue's also on an out lap too. Bradshaw has just done the fastest lap with a 128.4. That's a very respectable time. Stars is bringing it into the pits. Mr. Kennedy is in Sector 3. We're about to see quite a few people cross the start finish line. MT the Mice does 141.3. Pemrose does 129.6. Dark Shadow does a 130.2. And Mr. Kennedy does a 129.2 in the Williams. So not too shabby at all. We're going to ride on board with Mr. Adam Moore, who is currently P4 in the championship. As he navigates Sector 1, manages to get a nice bit of speed going on there. He sets a 33.2, which, according to that, is the fastest we've seen so far. Immortal is about to start his lap 2. As is TYG Rogue. And I think behind them is, that'll be Skull Kid bringing it in. And both the McLarens have now started their laps. There's a yellow flag. I think that might have been caused by the Aston Martin yielding out of the way. So there's not really too much interesting things to look at now for the Ferrari. We'll just have to keep an eye on what time he gets as he crosses the start finish line. And he does a 1:29.5, so that's not a bad time at all from Mr. Adam Moore. Keeps things nice and tidy, and does a 32.9, which I think might be the fastest we've seen so far. We have Bradshaw, who has just done that lap and retired in the pits. So Bradshaw has decided that a 28.4 is going to be enough to get him through to the next round. It probably will be. He's probably going to be okay with that, but we shall see. So we've got JR Bradshaw and C Bradshaw. That is going to make things very confusing. And the other Bradshaw has now retired. So they're both called Bradshaw, they both retired, and they've both done a 1:28.4. Well, let's hope so, Skull Kid. I will be cheering for you from here. Immortal does a 1:29.1. Rogue did a 1:31.8, but I think he might have abandoned the lap. Here comes Rogue again. Emotive Carrot has left the session. Connection issues for Emotive Carrot. Still plenty of time to get back in. 10 minutes 45. If you do need an invite from me, Emotive Carrot, feel free to put in the Twitch chat. Yeah, that's if you're watching. If you're one of the 4 spectators that we have. Emotive Carrot is back. Rogue is on medium tyres, I've only just noticed that, so we'll see where Rogue ends up on his mediums. Skull Kid's going for another lap. Oh, I thought we might have had an invalidation there from Rogue, but he keeps it on the track. Coming up to the final corner now. We have Stars Orphan, who's on a lap, as is Quick Mick, who is in Sector 1. So we're just going to run on board with Quick Mick, because Sector 1's a lot more interesting to watch than just watching Rogue cross the line. We're going to keep an eye on Rogue's little colour, and he does a 1:30.7, so not the best of times until Rogue. He's probably going to have to go again. Emotive Carrot is now out with a retirement. I'm not too sure what's happened there, and Skull Kid has gotten out of the way of his teammate. And Quick Mick is also on the medium tyre, so Quick Mick is going to make the most of his medium. Save his softs for a little bit later, and Stars has done a 1:28.9, so he's the 3rd driver to get into the 1:28. It's good time, that, from Stars Orphan. We've also got Old Manzi in Sector 1 too, as Quick Mick has set the fastest time in Sector 1 there, apparently, with a 1:01.4. A nice quick time from Quick Mick. Brings it around the final corner now. And Quick Mick will cross the line with a 1:29.1, so he doesn't quite get into the 1:28s, but when he puts it on the soft tyre, I think he will be definitely able to get himself into the 1:28s. Old Manzi has just set a purple Sector 2 according to the game. Whether or not that is true or not, we shall see. He might pick up a little bit of a tow from the McLaren that's in front of him. I don't really think he's close enough, but we shall see whether Rogue has gone right out of the way. Let's make sure Old Manzi doesn't get anything. And Old Manzi crosses the line in a 1:29.2, which is P6, so not too bad at all for Old Manzi. TYG Rogue is going for another lap. was TYG Rogue, I think I'd be starting to think about coming in and getting a pair of softs on, but TYG Rogue is going to go again on the medium tyre. We've got Skull Kid who's on a lap 2, but he's invalidated, so we're going to go back to TYG Rogue. I think Dave might be in that. I am surprised to see TYG Rogue going again. And that is an invalidation from TYG Rogue, so not ideal at all. We've got Mick, Old Manzy coming in. We'll just keep an eye on Dave, see what Dave's going to be doing. Yeah, no, he is on an in lap 2, so Skull Kid, is he going to be bringing it in, or is he going for another lap? I think he's going for another lap, so we'll ride on board with Skull Kid for the second time this evening. And with a Motive Carrot being out, there is only 3 more people we're going to lose in Q1 here. At the moment, it's MT, Gravedigger and Skull Kid. And that is an invalidation from Skull Kid. He'll be quite disappointed with that one. TYG Rogue, what are we going to get from him? TYG Rogue is bringing it in. Old Manzy will probably be bringing it in. 2. We have, that's MT the Mighty on an outlap, so we may as well ride on board with the Mercedes, or at least go into cinematic camera with the Mercedes. And appreciate the lovely livery that it has. I definitely prefer that livery to the one that Mercedes are using this season. MT the Mighty coming through Sector 3 nicely. We have Old Manzy, I think, is going again, maybe. Might be better to watch Old Manzy. Yeah, I think Old Manzy's going again. Oh, that'll be brewing his lap, not nap. Or maybe it's nap too. Penrose is on an outlap. I think this is going to be this is going to be a go again. Let's go back to MT as he is about to start his lap. And here we go for MT the Mighty. He has got plenty of time to make an improvement here. He seems to be a little bit inconsistent, does MT. Sometimes you'll see him quite high up, doing quite well. And other times, he's sort of struggling a little bit. I thought at one point he might be someone who'd challenge for the Drivers' Championship this season, but doesn't seem like it's going to happen. As MT navigates Sector 2 quite nicely. About to enter Sector 3 now. He's on a 101.9. He's managed to find 0.7. Don't invalidate there. Good. He doesn't invalidate there. 1.7 improvement. That should see him land between around, probably looking at about roughly where Mr. Kennedy is. Just below Mr. Kennedy, I think. Probably between Mr. Adam Moore and Mr. Kennedy. Or is it? Yeah, about that, I'd say. And there it is, between Mr. Adam Moore and Mr. Kennedy. And Skull Kid has just let us know he's going out for another lap, as are quite a lot of people. We've also seen Immortal retire. He's happy with his time. We need TYG Rogue, not we need, but TYG Rogue needs to set a proper lap here, or this McLaren is out as we speak. He's not going to have a lot more chances. Alves and Dark Shadow probably need to start thinking about coming out too. Mr. Adam Moore's coming out, so he's not too satisfied with the P9. I imagine MT will take a P8, and I will also think that, oh, that is an invalidation from Rogue, so he's going to have to go again. I think that Mr. Kennedy, Old Manzy and Quick Mick are going to be fine. I don't think they need to come out again. Gravedigger is on his first lap of the session though, and Gravedigger is always someone who waits right until the end of qualifying to do any laps. He gives himself one chance and that is it, which is kind of risky from Gravedigger. It has led to him going out in Q1 quite often, as Penrose puts himself P3 after I watched him racing in I think Penrose was racing Division 2 on Tuesday evening. I might be mistaken, but I'm 99% sure I saw him there. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm getting confused. I must be getting confused, surely. Anyway, Gravedigger is about to enter Sector 3, sorry. And he has a 101.9, which is about the same sort of time that we saw from Immortal. So this could be a good time from Gravedigger if he can keep things nice and tidy and not make any mistakes. The Mercedes of MT getting right out of the way. I think this is going to be the last lap that Gravedigger's made to put out. He puts out a 129.8. It's not fantastic. Alves is still in the pit, so Alves is out already. Rogue is out too. It's now between Skullkid, who gets himself up to P15. It is going to be between Skullkid and Dark Shadow on who makes it into Q2. Dark Shadow about to start his lap. So Gravedigger might have saved himself. Oh, and that'll do Skullkid some good, watching Dark Shadow make that little mistake there. Doesn't seem the fastest from Dark Shadow this, and oh, that's an invalidation, that is that! Dark Shadow falling before he even enters Sector 2, which means that Skullkid has gotten himself into Q2. Some big surprises here as we lose Emotive Carrot, we lose TYG Rogue as well. My boy Brick Grit isn't there. I think a lot of people are just bringing it in now. Daniel P45, yeah, this is in lap 2 from Daniel P45. And that is that. So the two Bradshaws, no one's really gotten too close to them other than Penrose got a little bit close. Stars is looking fast tonight. Alves not surprised by me going out. Well, you don't always go out, Alves. But the bigger surprise being Rogue going out when he was wasting his time on mediums for half of it, when Rogue is usually a Q3 driver. But I think you're being a little bit harsh on yourself. And Daniel is bringing it in, and that is the end of Q3. It wasn't too dramatic in the end. Dark Shadow sort of, with his invalidation, robbed us of our drama. As the Haas team prepare to put Daniel P45's Haas back in the pit, ready for Q2, starting momentarily. And it is Jeddah. It is a bit of a... The walls are... It's quite fast track. The walls are quite close to the... You know, it's not exactly a wide one. So I think as long as you can finish, there's a good chance you get some points. And anyway, there we have it. So we'll just show you the times and the drivers who've been knocked out. So we lose Emotive Carrot, who didn't set a time. We lose Rogue and Dark Shadow, who both set times on medium tyres. We lose Alves as well. Skullkid getting through. It was looking a little bit tight for Skullkid and Gravedigger at one point, but Mr. Adam Moore, Trilly Trifle, Dave, Gravedigger, Skullkid, MT and Daniel probably are going to be the drivers that need to be looking out going into Q3. Those are going to be the drivers are going to be keeping an eye on, for sure. And seeing who can get themselves into Q3. Can Skullkid make Q3 for what I think might be the first time this season? That would be good. After we saw him get some points in Australia. That would be good. So let's put the telemetry and the lap data back on. And we shall wait for somebody to come out of the pits. And we do have somebody coming out of the pits. It is a Williams. It is Mr. Kennedy. Followed by the two Haas drivers in Daniel and Bradshaw. And then we also have... is it Penrose? Yeah, it will be Penrose. He's the only AlphaTauri. So Penrose coming out too. Everyone's coming out behind Penrose. We've also got Stars coming out. We've got Adam coming out. We've got MT. I think that's Dave. And then Old Manzi and Trilly Trifle coming out too. So Mr. Kennedy has let one of the Hasses go. Is it Dan or is it Bradshaw? It's Daniel. Which might mean that we're on board with Daniel for the... first part of the first lap of Q2. I'm sorry, I missed the point in Brazil. Skullkid. Sure, it was an almighty point. Some books in the way. So every single driver is out on track, other than Quick Mick. Quick Mick, Skullkid and Gravedigger. And here we go, it's Daniel P45 for the first lap of Q2. Might try and compare his time with Mr. Kennedy as well as his teammate, other Bradshaw. Maybe better to watch other Bradshaw. Yeah, we'll watch other Bradshaw because he was the first driver. The driver in first from Q1. Quick Mick will be sitting patiently, looking to see what time everyone else puts up. I think a lot of people starting their laps now. Not looking as fast as the other lap was from JR Bradshaw. He does a 32.9, so that's not too bad a time though. See what MT does as well. It's at 33.4, so he's a lot faster than MT. Already finding all of that time in Sector 1. Oh, we have lost one of the Bradshaws, who I think might have gone straight on in Sector 1. We lost BHA Firefish there on Tuesday, so looks like that's a little bit of a trap, and that is a little bit of a bonus for some of the other drivers, because it means there's an extra chance for someone to get into Q3 as Daniel P45 cross the line. We're also about to see Mr. Kennedy, who does a 129.6, and we're about to see what Bradshaw can put up. He does a 128.9 this time, so I don't think that's quite as fast as what he was putting up before. Immortal does a 32.7, so he's already 2.2 up on JR Bradshaw. Stars, MT and Mr. Adamov all cross the line, with Stars going the fastest of the three, doing a 29.1. Immortal is looking very quick here though. He's got great control of his car. One of the Aston Martins, Truly Trifle, has just crossed the line too. Immortal is the last driver who actually went out on track to finish their lap. And LCFC Dave looks like he might have abandoned it though, so he will be most likely going again as Immortal crosses the line. It's a 1:28.5 and it is the fastest lap of the session from Immortal, so let's go see what Dave's doing. Presumably, well no, I was going to say Dave invalidated. Dave might have made a little mistake somewhere and decided to abandon the lap. Maybe something like that, which is also where we saw a crash in Division 2 happen. Tuesday. LCFC Dave trying to get a little bit of a tow from the Red Bull in front of him, but the Red Bull has seen him coming and gotten out of the way, so he doesn't get too much out of it. Dave looking quite fast. Oh, I think I had a little bit of a desync there and I thought we were about to lose it, but it's okay. Dave is about to cross the line. It's going to be an improvement, but I don't think it's going to be a huge improvement. He does go P11.2 off of MT. Quick Mick is not coming out yet. Skull Kid is on an outlap though. Gravedigger's still in the pits too, so quite a lot of people in the pits. Truly Trifle. This looks like an in-lap for Truly Trifle. And LCFC Dave will also be on an in-lap too, so we'll follow Skull Kid in cinematic cam. He looks to put up his first session of, or his first time of Q2. What will we see from Skull Kid? Will it be enough? Bearing in mind that Quick Mick, his teammate, is surely going to put up a faster time. He will need to be aiming for about an old mansy Mr. Kennedy time if he's going to get himself into Q3. He goes a little bit slow there, but that was a nice line from Skull Kid. Oh, he's going to lose a bit of time there. He's going to lose a lot of time there. It's a 35.4 in Sector 1 from Skull Kid. We've also got Quick Mick on an outlap, so we shall probably ride on board with him. Let's see what tyres. He is using a soft tyre now, is Quick Mick. Shall ride on board with Skull Kid's teammate Quick Mick. As LCFC Dave comes into the pits, there was an Aston Martin coming out of the pits to make sure there's no shenanigans. Everything is okay. Is that? No, that's Gravedigger, I think. No, it's not. It was Truly Trifle. There's a much better line from this Alpine. Skull Kid's about to cross the line. What's he going to get? That's a 1:33.2 for Skull Kid. Needs a big improvement. It's a 32.5 though for Quick Mick, so he's put up a good time. As he looks to chase down Immortal, his championship rival. His other championship rival is all the way down in P7, but Old Mansy does have a habit of not qualifying tremendously, but racing tremendously. Quick Mick does a 1:08. This easily be a Division 2 time, that, from Quick Mick. If he can keep everything together, this could be a very good time from him. We could be looking at a potential high 1:27. Oh, that was a little mistake though. That might cost him a little bit. And that is a 1:29.1 for Quick Mick. I think that little turn into the final corner might have cost him, well, it's definitely cost him dearly. I think we were on for a P1 from Quick Mick. Skull Kid is completely out of ERS, so... Bradshaw, the other Bradshaw, has retired, so he must have lost it somewhere. Oh no, Gravedigger's retired. And Skull Kid's bringing it in, so I'm only going to lose 3 people. I'm not too sure what happened to Gravedigger. I must have missed it, but Trully Trifle is on his lap now. And we saw him put up a brilliant performance in Hungary. I wasn't commentating that night, but I was watching because my voice was just completely dead. It wouldn't have been an enjoyable listen for you guys because I would have just been coughing the whole time. But Trully Trifle was racing so well in Hungary. And then Quick Mick got a really unfortunate puncture. He was trying to take his mediums until the rain came. Trully Trifle pitted on from mediums onto mediums, and it looked like he'd pulled an absolute blinder. And MT the Mighty's retired, and that is not necessarily going to be a great time from him to... Oh, he's DNF'd. He has DNF'd. So MT the Mighty... Well, well, well. There is a big opportunity here for Dave, Trully Trifle, Skull Kid to get into the next session. Trully Trifle crosses the line of a 128.9. He goes P3. It's a great time from the presumably Italian driver. And Old Manzi has managed to shave almost half a second off of his time so far. So we could be looking at a really good time here from Old Manzi and maybe getting himself above his teammate. That will surely be the aim. Trully Trifle will need to come in. I imagine he's probably going to try and go again. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to go again. I don't know whether he'll need to go again. That 28.9 is a great time. Got to feel a little bit sorry for MT the Mighty. Though he would only be 8th. Is it 8th? Yeah, he would only be 8th. So Old Manzi is surely about to improve here. Could be looking at a brilliant time from Old Manzi. Oh, he's not too sure what way he's going there, but there's a 128.7 from Old Manzi, so he goes P2. And Skull Kid is on an outlap, and I think he's going to be the only driver. I know Daniel P45 is also on an outlap, but he's in Sector 1, so we can ride aboard with Skull Kid again. And he's done what his teammate did, where he went a little bit too close to that final turn there, but here comes Skull Kid. With Bradshaw, Gravedigger and MT certainly unable to improve. The Williams of Mr. Kennedy. Make sure it doesn't put him off. This Sector 1 is looking much better from Skull Kid. That was really good from him. Don't invalidate. There we go. Well done. It is a 1.8 second improvement already for Skull Kid. Probably could have done with that little mistake. Might have cost him dearly. But we shall see. I don't think he's going to have enough time to go again. So it's now or never for Skull Kid. In fact, it will be. I've just seen the time. So 102.4 for Skull Kid. He's found a 2.6 second improvement, but he needs a little bit more. I'm on the edge of my seat here. He's taken that turn really well. That's much better from Skull Kid. What are we going to cross the line with here? He stays nice and close to the left. It's a 130.5 for Skull Kid, so it's heartbreaking. He's only gone up. He's found a 2.7 second improvement, but it's not enough. Mr. Adam Moore. So Skull Kid is out. Dave is going to be able to go. And Mr. Adam Moore needs to find a big old improvement here too, as does Mr. Kennedy. Well, Mr. Kennedy doesn't need a huge improvement, he just does need an improvement. Quick Mick, interestingly, has decided not to go again, so he thinks his 129.1 is going to be enough. It probably will be, but with Daniel and Mr. Kennedy, it's a bit risky. Penrose a little bit risky too. And at P6 and P7, I'd only really be feeling confident if I was truly trifle, really. I know there's only 0.2 in it, but Mr. Adam Moore is about to cross the line. Daniel P45 goes P3. That's going to knock everyone down an extra place. Mr. Adam Moore is about to cross the line. This could be... Mr. Adam Moore goes P6. And he takes a checkered flag. Mr. Kennedy has found 0.8 of an improvement already. Skull Kid we know isn't going to get anywhere, but it's still down to the two Williams drivers too. Penrose and Quick Mick are in trouble. In fact, I think Quick Mick's going to be okay. Yep, Quick Mick is going to be okay. Yeah, I think so, because we will just lose MT and Penrose. Yeah, so Quick Mick is okay. Now it's just on Penrose. He will be hoping that both of the Williamses don't improve. It's risky from Quick Mick as LCFC Dave takes a checkered flag, but he doesn't improve. Just improves to go back above Skull Kid. Mr. Kennedy has just gone fastest with a 128.1, and Penrose breathes a huge sigh of relief. And I think Penrose might consider himself a little bit lucky that MT has crashed, because he would have surely found more than 2 tenths in his final qualifying run. So Penrose makes it through. We will lose MT, Dave, Skull Kid, Bradshaw and Gravedigger, with the last two not actually setting a lap. Yeah, you are out in Q2, Skull Kid, but P13 is certainly not a bad qualifying session at all. And Daniel is about to bring it in. Well, that's probably a good strategy, Penrose. I mean, it worked out. I hope your nerves are a little bit calmer than mine would have been. But anyway, there we have it. So Mr. Kennedy sets the fastest time. And we lose MT the Mighty in P11 in the Mercedes, LCFC Dave in the Williams, Skull Kid gets P13 in the Alpine, Bradshaw gets P14 in the Alfa Romeo, and Gravedigger gets P15 in the Aston Martin. Penrose P10 in the Alpha Tauri, Quick Mick P9 in the Alpine, but he will surely improve. Stars Orphan gets P8 in the Red Bull, Mr. Adam Moore P7 in the Ferrari, Trulli Trifle P6 in the Aston Martin, then we have the two Hasses of Bradshaw and Daniel in the P5 and P4 respectively, Old Manzi P3, Immortal P2, Mr. Kennedy P1. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Skull Kid, and now you get to sit back and relax and watch the rest of the drivers stress out about trying to get their places sorted for the top 10. I'm sure you would have liked to have been having that stress too, but we're not going to listen to Will Buxton. Qualifying doesn't mean anything. Let's get the telemetry and the lap data back on, and we can go again. We can go again when someone comes out on track. Well, at least you're going to have 2 goes on fresh softs, so that might be an advantage that not many other people have. I think Quick Mick has also got a couple of pair of softs. And is that Penrose coming out? I think that could be Penrose. Oh, there's also a Haas, question mark. Yes, that is a Haas. And that is an Alfa Romeo, and that is another Haas. And everyone's coming out now. There's a Ferrari coming out too. Bradshaw is the first car out. Penrose is going kind of slowly there. Daniel P45 is behind him, and then behind him is Mr. Adam Moore, followed by Old Manzi. And then we have also seen Stars coming out in the background. Still not much movement from anybody else. Gravedigger for P1, that is the prediction. My prediction? My prediction is Quick Mick. Oh dear. I'm just moving my books out of the way so I can put my feet up a little bit, because they're kind of in the way. Oof. Well, we did have 17 viewers, but we've gone down to 8 now. That's a bit upsetting. Well, Mr. Adam Moore is eager to get his lap underway. He's caught everybody up. So we shall do what we usually do then, because everyone other than Mr. Kennedy is on track. So we'll do what we usually do, where we try and compare everyone's Sector 1 times. But if the drivers could maybe space themselves out a little bit more, so that it's a little bit easier for me. So Bradshaw and Mr. Adam Moore are going to be right behind each other, so he's going to get one hand a toe, on the other hand a bit of dirt. Yeah, Bradshaw is the first man on to start a lap. He's got Mr. Adam Moore right behind him, followed by Daniel, followed by Penrose, and then it's Oldmansey, then Stars, then got Trilly Trifle and Immortal mucking around in Sector 2, and Quick Mick is just starting his lap now as well. Oh no! That's a bad start. So we are going to lose Bradshaw. It's a 32.9. 32.9 for Daniel. Penrose gets the 32.4. Oldmansey, 33 dead. I didn't see what Stars got. Stars 32.8. So 32.4 is the time to beat so far, which I think we're just going to see what Quick Mick does. Quick Mick does a 32.7. Where's Daniel? There's Daniel. He does a 101.5. It's a 1 minute dead. 102, that's a bad one. 101.3. It was not 1 minute dead, it was 101 dead, I think I saw. Trilly Trifle on his out lap now. Quick Mick about to cross the line. He does a 101.1. That is a good time for Quick Mick. I think Quick Mick is the fastest so far. Mr. Adam Moore does 129.4. Let's have a look at what Immortal is getting up to in Sector 1. I think 32.4 was the fastest time that we saw. It's a 32.5 from Immortal, which Penrose absolutely smoking everybody. Look at that. We're about to see Quick Mick cross the line. There are yellow flags in Sector 1. Slower. Trilly Trifle is about to cross the line, so can he do better than 32.4? No, he can't. 6 for Trilly Trifle, so he's 0.2 down. Quick Mick is a 128.6, so he's 0.3 for Penrose. Penrose is absolutely flying. A 1 minute 0.1, and now that is the fastest that we've seen so far. Might not have a car for Sector 1, but he's certainly got a car for Sector 2 and Sector 3 by the looks of things. Bradshaw will be bitterly disappointed to have gone out where he did. He's been qualifying quite well in Q1 and Q2, but just losing when it really mattered. I forgot to check Trilly Trifle. I apologise. It's a 128.2 for Immortal, so he goes the fastest. And the 1 minute 0.8 for Trilly Trifle, it just said there. And I think that, is it 1 minute 0.7 or 1 minute 0.8? I can't remember, I've forgotten. I just got so excited. And it's a 128.3, and look how tight things are between Immortal, Penrose and Trilly Trifle. There's hardly anything in that. Quick Mick is 0.3 off them and down in P4. And then Stars Orphan is 0.2 off of him. So things are quite close in the top 3, but then everywhere else things are a little bit far apart. Mr. Kennedy is about to start his lap. And I think Mr. Kennedy is going to have enough time to have 2 laps. I hope so for his sake. I don't know why you're slowing down so much, mate. You've got the priority. Now we saw Mr. Kennedy putting up an absolutely fantastic lap before. And he went the fastest of Q2. We shall see what Mr. Kennedy has up his sleeve. Oh, that wasn't fantastic though from Mr. Kennedy. That will lose him a little bit of time. That's a good line though from him. And that's looking good from Mr. Kennedy. He keeps things straight and on the road. Old Manzi goes P8. It's a 32.8, so he's 0.4 off of Immortal, or Penrose, whatever it was. Let's see if this car is a little bit better going in a straight line. Or a faster section, not necessarily a straight line. It was a 1 minute 0.7, I think we saw from Immortal. Mr. Kennedy does, oh, he's quite far off. It is a 101.2, so I think we could be looking at around a P6, P7 sort of time here from Mr. Kennedy. Old Manzi's gone straight out again. I don't know if Old Manzi's going to have enough time to do 2 laps. He might do. We're about to cross the line here. It's a 1:28.7. It is a P5, so it's not too shabby. It's not a bad time at all from Mr. Kennedy. He can go again. Old Manzi is on track. Nobody else looking like they're going to be making a move. A 1:30 from Old Manzi surely means that he abandoned the lap. Everyone on a fresh pair of softs, actually. Old Manzi about to cross the line to start his lap. We also have Daniel P45 on an out lap, so he's gone a little bit earlier than everyone else. Although it does look like we're about to see more people coming out now. There's a Aston Martin of Trudy Trifle, and there is also Penrose coming out again. Penrose and Immortal and Trudy Trifle very quick. Kenji is bringing it in now. I don't actually see how much time's left because of how slow he's going. So he's probably in low fuel mode. There's no other reason to go that slowly. Old Manzi looks like he's struggling a little bit there. Could have been a potential invalidation there from Old Manzi. Yeah, I think Mr. Kennedy's going to be okay to go out again. A lot more people coming out now. He's going to have to be a little bit fast, Mr. Kennedy, but if he can get in there, get a new set of tyres on quickly and then come back out, he should be okay. Other drivers still yet to come out. Stars is on an out lap as well. We've got Daniel P45 who'll be starting his lap probably just after Old Manzi, unless Daniel P45 decides to just go for it. Looks like Daniel P45 will have to yield out of the way. It does. Somewhat out of the way. Anywhere else he could go though. Old Manzi gets nice and tight there. Probably gets the optimum alignment. Let's see what Old Manzi can do. It's a 1:28.5. It's a good time from Old Manzi. I don't think he's going to have enough time to go again though. And Daniel P45 is the next man on track. Is that Quick Mick coming out of the pits as well? I think that is Quick Mick coming out of the pits. He's got 1 minute 40 to get around the track. Plenty of time. It's going to have to sort of be a flying lap though from Quick Mick to make sure that he does have enough time. Everyone else is out on track other than obviously Bradshaw, who crashed right here. That's something that he'll have to watch out for in the race, I think. Stars Orphan is starting his lap too, as is Penrose. Where is Penrose? Penrose is about to keep an eye on this, and we're going to have to make sure we actually remember the time this time. It's a 32.2, and that is the fastest time we've seen so far from Penrose. Let's see what Stars can do. 32.7, so 32.2 is the time to beat. Stars has managed to found 0.1 of a time. We've got Trudy Trifle coming around as well, so 32.2. Everyone needs to remember 32.2. That is the magic number. Trilly Trifle is looking quite fast too. 32.2. What's the time to beat? It's a 32.4. So Penrose looking at making the biggest improvement so far. It's a 1 minute point 6 from Penrose, which is a really quick time. Daniel P45 has just gone P1, but that is surely about to be beaten here by Penrose. Immortal is in Sector 1 as well. 32.2 is the time to beat, set by Penrose. Can Immortal do it? He cannot. He's 32.3, so he's 0.1 off of his rival. Trilly Trifle, I didn't actually see what he got. Penrose has just gone fastest. Trilly Trifle with a 1 minute 0.6 as well, so he's looking at the same time as Penrose, and because he went slower in Sector 1 but faster in Sector 2, you've got to imagine that Trilly Trifle might just have a little bit more downforce, which might mean that we could be looking at a potential P1 here for Trilly Trifle and a potential 127 point something. Here comes Penrose. We've also got Immortal coming through Sector... Oh, I think Immortal's... No, he hasn't. He hasn't. It's 1.6 again from Immortal. And we also need to keep an eye on Quick Mick. It's not telling me what Quick Mick did. But Immortal could go faster here than Trilly Trifle and Penrose. I think it's going to be close between these three. Quick Mick has just... He's done... Oh, he's invalidated on a 1 minute 0.7. So unfortunate for him. Can Mr. Kennedy... Mr. Kennedy is also on a 1 minute 0.7. So he's just slightly behind Immortal, Trilly Trifle and Penrose. But anything in a 1 minute is really quick. Oh, Manzi's not going to be able to go again. I don't think Daniel's going to be able to go again either. Oh, Manzi's bringing it in. Mr. Kennedy, I think, is the last man. And he does a 128.1, so he goes P4. Just, it's reasonable to assume that Quick Mick would have gotten around between at least a P... You've got to say at least P5, surely. He's few positions down what he would have wanted to have been, but a P7 is still a decent time. Like we said before, doesn't matter what you do in qualifying, it's what happens, it's where you finish in the race that counts the most. But congratulations to Immortal on getting P1. Penrose looking quite fast too. And there we have it. These are the times for Q3. It's Immortal P1 and McLaren, Trilly Trifle P2 and the Aston Martin. Penrose down in P3, but look how close everything is between the top three. Then Mr. Kennedy gets P4 in the Williams. Daniel P45 gets P5 in the Haas. Old Manzi gets P6 in the Red Bull. Quick Mick down in P7 in the Alpine. Stars Orphan in P8 in the Red Bull. Mr. Adam Moore P9 in the Ferrari, and J.R. Bradshaw gets P10 in the Haas after not setting a lap. He did seem a little bit faster than his teammate, and if he's a little bit faster than his teammate, he might have even got himself up to P4, and with how close things are between P5 and P1, maybe even got himself on the front of the grid, but plenty to look forward to. And if everything stays like this, Immortal is going to be taking the lead in the championship going into the final two races. And then if we analyse the Constructors' Championship, Immortal needs Rogue to pull the finger out, as it were, and get some more points. They are currently, the McLaren team, are currently 14 points behind Red Bull, and with Stars looking strong, and Manzi also looking strong, they need to. They're going to need to find some more points. Haas are looking quite fast, or they are not going to have Mr. Neon to get them the points haul that they were previously getting. Haas are looking quite quick too. Alpine, they're a little bit off it. Despite Quick Mick leading the championship, Alpine are a little bit off it. And then Mercedes are very off it, down in P5. If we look at the Drivers' Championship, it's obviously led by Quick Mick, who has a 10-point gap on Old Manzi. I thought it was a 10-point gap on Immortal. It was a 10-point gap on Old Manzi, so I do apologise for that. which means that I would be wrong then, because he got P7, which is 6 points, which would see him on 178, and if Immortal won without the fastest lap, he'd only be on 177. So if everything finished like this, Quick Mick is still leading the championship, but things are getting really, 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 really tight up there. And it could lead us to a really dramatic final two races, which are, let me just check. So we are in Saudi Arabia. So we have the United States. That looks like Miami. I think that's Miami. Yeah, that is Miami. So we got Miami and then Spain, the final race. And the Spanish Grand Prix is going to be at 100%. So we are ending the F1 23 game in style, and I think our division has been a lot more interesting than real life F1 has been, and I think this might be the most interesting division on the website, to be quite honest. Everyone else has sort of ran away with it, but but here things are quite close. Maybe if Mr. Neon had stayed a little bit longer, it would look a little bit one-sided, because he did tend to finish higher than everybody else before, but is there anything for me to look at? No, there's not. Has anyone put what time things are going to be? No, there's not. Right, well, what I propose for you guys to do is I'm going to go and get a drink, because I'm about to do a lot of talking, so I don't really want to be running out of fuel, as it were, before the race. So I propose that you guys get a drink, I'm going to get a drink, and then we reconvene in about 2 minutes' time and we can have another chat. We've started a little bit early. I don't think we were supposed to be doing that, were we? Haven't seen anything in here to say otherwise, but it's a good job I came back when I did. So, let's have a look at everyone's tyres. Oh, where is it? There we are. Do we need that? Do we need that? Do we need these? Do we need that? Yeah, we do. I would like to see where there's... So, anyway, Theology Rogue's gone to softs. Immortal is on mediums, as is Penrose. Mr. Kennedy is on hards. So, there's a good mix of medium and hard tyres. More hards in the top half. No, there's not. There's 5 each. I can count. And then we've got more mediums in the bottom than we have hards. But it's unusual to see so many hard tyres here. Anyway, Immortal is about to get us underway. I'm going to put the tyres away, I'm afraid. And we're just going to go on to none so that you guys can see more. Oh, it's not really... Oh, wow, it's got rid of everything. It's got rid of everything. Right, it would have been nice if I could have got it a little bit, you know, smaller. Anyway. Oh, Skull Kid can't do the last race. That's a shame. So here we go for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I think riding on board with Immortal might be... Dark Shadow doesn't know how to park. I think riding on board with Immortal might be a good camera angle, actually, because this camera angle is a bit rubbish. We have 5 lights. And the lights are out, and away we go, and it's a solid start from Immortal. Truly Trifle won't be looking to make any moves here, or he might do. It's a good start from Mr. Kennedy as he's gone up the inside. That's... Oh, I think Mr. Kennedy has sort of ruined old Truly Trifle. But Immortal gets away nice and cleanly. Quick Mix managed to make a really good bit of progress, and a mistake from Penrose. He's come back on track. He hasn't. Oh, he's a little bit all over the place here, and Quick Mick doesn't really know where to go. No yellow cards. Okay, it looked like everyone was getting a little bit slow, but Mr. Kennedy and Immortal have just left everyone, really. Well, Immortal's left Mr. Kennedy, and Mr. Kennedy has left Penrose. Quick Mick, probably a little bit frustrated to have got stuck behind Penrose. There was a poor start from him. Daniel P45 is trying to get past Mr. Adam Moore. And there's also Skull Kid, who's quite close to MT the Mighty, as we get an overtake here potentially from Skull Kid. There's a crash there. I think Dark Shadow's gone into the back of MT the Mighty, and that is wing damage, which means he is going to have to pit as soon as he can. Daniel P45, it says he's only 0.1 behind Mr. Adam Moore, but he doesn't really look like he is. And Quick Mick is all over the back of Penrose. Penrose looks like he's struggling at the beginning of this race. I wonder if he's got damage maybe from the Truly Trifle crash, who's all the way down in P16 now. Dark Shadow is going to be losing a lot of places here. He's going to be doing his best to hold everyone up for his teammate Quick Mick, looking to take a move on Penrose, but Penrose holds the inside line. We shall put the telemetry on so we can have a look at the DRS. It looks like he is going to make the move happen here. Immortal gets the fastest lap, although Penrose has also activated DRS and has got the inside line. Can Quick Mick outbrake him? It looks like he's going to be able to. It's good car positioning there from Penrose, and it's better car positioning there from Quick Mick as he gets himself into P3. He can start chasing down Mr. Kennedy now. And we also have MT the Mighty and Skull Kid having a little bit of a back and forth, and MT has got back in front of Skull Kid, but Skull Kid is currently in the points. Truly Trifle all the way down in P14. He'll be quite disappointed with his start, and I think it was Mr. Kennedy who sort of got him stuck. I think he was sort of stuck between hitting Immortal, but then Mr. Kennedy did not start the race fantastically. TRG Rogue's managed to make up a couple of positions up. He's on back down P14 as him and Truly Trifle look like having a bit of a good fight over here. So let's go on to this and watch these two. Although Truly Trifle does have the hard tyre, you'd expect Rogue on the faster tyre. Ooh, little mistake there from Rogue. He's not going to be put under much pressure from Dave. Bradshaw's looking to try and get past Skull Kid, as Skull Kid's fallen off a little bit from MT the Mighty. We've also got Penrose, who's 0.5 behind Quick Mick. He's not quite as close as Quick Mick was to him. It's a good traction away from Bradshaw. Skull Kid blocks off the move. I don't think there was anything illegal about that. Skull Kid's used a lot of his DRS though. Oh, and that was a hit there from Bradshaw. Both Alfa Romeos. And DRS has now been enabled, but we've got LCFC Dave who's now got... Rogue is coming in, so Rogue might... Yeah, Rogue has got damage. Rogue has damage. And we've got Emotive Carrot trying to get past Dave, and Dave does outbrake Emotive Carrot and holds the line. Why are you always on time? I don't know if that's the lyric or not, but we look like we've got a Mr. Adam Moore who's getting quite close to Old Manzi. And Gravedigger's managed to get past Bradshaw at the back, and Mr. Adam Moore got stuck on the sausage curb. He's going to have to watch his rejoin here. Daniel P45 is going to be getting very close to him. He's going to get a much more traction coming out of that as he goes around the outside, and I think that'll be that. Mr. Adam Moore, yeah, that mistake will cost him the place, although he's trying to get back up the inside and try and get a little bit closer to Daniel P45. I don't think he's going to be able to make it happen. He's not using any ERS though, so playing a bit of a long game. Quick Mick is now 2 seconds behind Mr. Kennedy, so it does look like Immortal and Mr. Kennedy are absolutely flying here, and Penrose has managed to get past Quick Mick. And that is the risk, I think. Oh, and it's another little mistake from Penrose as he rejoins a little bit dangerously there, and I think Quick Mick is going to get DRS. He's also underfueled his car. He is expecting a safety car. We've got Rogue and Dark Shadow right at the back who have had to pit early. They could do with the safety car too. And now Penrose will be able to come out at Quick Mick with the DRS. Quickmick's used a lot of his ERS already, and Penrose using his ERS to try and make this move happen. Quickmick doesn't use any ERS, and Penrose managed to get past him quite easily there. And Quickmick's coming back at him though. Looks like Penrose is going to hold it this time as we go into Sector 1, and with the amount of fighting that these two are doing. Old Manzi looking to get past Daniel P45. I think Daniel P45 actually got past Old Manzi before, and things are quite close. And Mr. Adam Moore's got good seats for this one, and and Old Manzi nearly did what Mr. Adam Moore did previously. Mr. Adam Moore is in a Red Bull sandwich at the moment, and he's got MT 5-second penalty for TOG Rogue for speeding in the pit lane. So I'm not too sure what Rogue could be retiring. Doesn't look like it though. Dark Shadow has retired. Dark Shadow is out of the race. What's Rogue doing? Rogue is serving a 5-second penalty. No, he's not. He is... Is he? Yes, Rogue is changing his wing. So as long as Rogue doesn't get lapped by his teammate, he should be okay. What are we going to see here? Are we going to see anyone come in? Dark Shadow DNFing. Looks like he's gone where somebody else went in qualifying as well. Might have actually even been Dark Shadow. So he's done a lock-up and went straight on. So let's have a look at the tyres. Only Rogue has a penalty so far. Sit on tyres for now. Is anyone going to be bringing it in? It doesn't look like it. Although Mr. Kennedy... Oh no. This will be good for Quickmick actually, because things were getting a little bit out of hand. Old Manzi is pitied. Is Old Manzi going to go for 20 laps of hards? That's a bit of a risky one. We've also got Gravedigger coming in. Bradshaw, Trilly Trifle coming in. Old Manzi's gone for softs! And a new front wing. That makes sense. And Old Manzi... Oh, that was a bit of a unsafe rejoin, forcing Dave to slow down. Oh no, one of the Aston Martins is stuck. Who is it? It's Trilly Trifle. Trilly Trifle stuck whilst Gravedigger was getting a new front ring, and Trilly Trifle was going to tumble down all of the positions. Oh, it took so long. Trilly Trifle's going to be all the way at the back. Well, not all the way at the back. Rogue will be all the way at the back. But Old Manzi has managed to get himself... He's going to be the second highest car of all of the cars that haven't pitted yet. Of all of the cars that have pitted, sorry. So those soft tyres could be good. He's got a Motive Carrot on hards behind him, so I don't think a Motive Carrot's going to put too much of a challenge up. Gravedigger on hards as well. We can get past Bradshaw, who was actually looking quite fast in qualifying. If we can get past Bradshaw quickly, he can then go on a little bit of a... You can get past Skull Kid MT, Stars might let him go, and before you know it, Old Manzi's up into P5, P6, so this could be the master stroke from the Red Bull team. I'd say that the big winner of this safety car though, well surely he'll be Rogue if he can catch everyone in time. But the big winner of this safety car for me has got to be Quickmick, because there was quite a big gap between him, Immortal and Mr. Kennedy, due to him and Penrose fighting. And he also didn't have a lot of ERS, and we know that Quickmick likes to use his ERS, and so he will probably be going on attack mode straight away to try and get himself in P1 as soon as he can. He's got a World Championship to defend. Well, not really defend because they haven't won it yet, but you know, a lead to defend. There we go. And with his biggest rival being currently down in P11. It's still a 10-point... If everything ended like this, though, it still would be a 10-point gap. We know that Immortal does like to lose control of the car somewhat. Mr. Adamore has left the session. Well, let's hope Mr. Adamore can come back in quickly. I'll see if he's on the RSF1 friends list. Always appearing offline. I'm terribly sorry. I'm trying to get Mr. Adam Moore back in. Oh, he's already a friend. Invite to my game. There we go. God, look at me. Well, let's hope that Mr. Adam Moore can get back in. Otherwise, Stars will be licking his lips. TYG Rogue has caught everyone up. Well done, Rogue. So, we are going to put the tyres away for a second. Rogue's had 2 stops already, and we've only had 6 laps, 2 of which were under safety car. So, Rogue started stopping every 2 laps. Not sure that's a fantastic strategy from old TYG Rogue, but... Mr. Adam Moore's back. Oh, that's a pretty mosque. Question mark. Oh, a nice little statue as well. It's quite nice, isn't it, here? Right, safety car's in this lap, and we'll also slow it down a bit, mate. I want to look at that yacht. There's no one on it. You're going to tell me there's just no one chilling on their yacht. Look at those little beach hut things. Is that a beach hut? No, that's a big old beach hut. Let's make sure that Immortal starts properly. Right on board with him. When is Immortal going to start us? He starts us now, and it looks like he's caught Mr. Kennedy half asleep, which means that Quick Mick can attack. Immortal didn't use his ERS. Quick Mick trying to go around the outside, which means he's going to have the inside line here, and that was good driving from Quick Mick. He manages to get himself up into P2. It's a great move. Mr. Kennedy was half asleep for that one, and now he's going to be under pressure from Penrose. And it looks like Stars and MT were also half asleep as well, which is leaving Skull Kid the chance to get past everyone. But Skull Kid has lost the place to Bradshaw. Old Manzy's going to be looking to try and get past Skull Kid ASAP. Quick Mick is... Oh, there was the mistake from Immortal, surely. No, Quick Mick's taking this... I don't know what happened. It looked like when Quick Mick rejoined, he was off the track. I'm not too sure what happened, but Quick Mick is now in the lead of the race. But not any longer, as him and Immortal are wheel to wheel at the moment. And Quick Mick is in the lead of the race. TYG Rogue has gotten past Alves right at the back. So good news from McLaren, bad news from McLaren. And it looks like Quick Mick is somewhat dropping Immortal quite quickly. Mr. Kennedy looking to sneak up the inside. He's got so much pace. Oh my goodness. If that was just a straight line instead of a swervy bit. Trinity Trifle's up into P16. He's past Dave. Motive Carrot looking to get past Skull Kid, and Gravedigger looking to get past the Motive Carrot. Bradshaw's past whoever he was stuck behind, and we have an Emotive Carrot backwards. Mr. Kennedy, with all of his straight line speed, Rogue and Trinity Trifle are fighting back and forth. Oh, Mr. Kennedy broke quite early there, which also might have scared Penrose a little bit. And it has allowed Daniel P45 to get himself into the mix, as well as everybody else. So just how much speed Mr. Kennedy had. It's unbelievable straight line speed in that car. Gravedigger's past Skull Kid, so Skull Kid's somewhat tumbling down the order a little bit. Old Manzy, it's a 3-second time penalty for Quick Mick. I must say, with the way I saw that rejoin earlier, not too surprised. Mr. Adam Moore trying to get close to Bradshaw. What's Old Manzy doing? Old Manzy's trying to get close to MT. He hasn't really been able to make these soft tyres count. As he tries to get close to MT the Mighty. Trinity Trifle's trying to get past Skull Kid as well. Skull Kid looks like he might have just hit the barrier a little bit there, and now Trinity Trifle's trying to... Oh, he's kind of being squeezed. Skull Kid's doing his best to hold on to the position. And it's good driving from Trinity Trifle. Old Manzy's gotten a little bit closer, and Bradshaw's gotten past Daniel at the front. Looks like Daniel might sort of be all over the place a little bit. Mr. Kennedy trying to get close to Immortal, and he's gone a little bit slowly there, and Penrose had a bad exit too, which is going to leave the door open for Bradshaw, who can get himself up into P4. DRS has now been enabled, so we might see Mr. Kennedy fly even more. TYG Rogue is up to P15. Truly Trifle's up into P12. He's chasing down his teammate. Surely, if you're Gravedigger, you're letting Trully go. TYG Rogue is now past Bradshaw. And he's now past Skull Kid. Nice little double overtake there from TYG Rogue. Old Manzi trying to get closer to his teammate, and that is a Ferrari off course. Stars looking at trying to get one of Daniel P45 and Mr. Adam Moore. Bradshaw is very close to Mr. Kennedy now, and Quick Mick has nearly gotten ahead of, or 1 second ahead of Immortal, and that is a mistake from Mr. Kennedy, which means that Bradshaw can go flying around the outside and chase down Immortal and Quick Mick, and Old Manzi is now past Stars. I don't know if Stars just let him go. Stars needs to defend from Gravedigger, who is also on a bit of a resurging run, looking to sneak up the inside of Stars. Stars goes wide, and that is going to be enough for both. Oh, a little hit there from Truly Trifle. Has he got damage? I can't quite tell. No, it looks like he hasn't got damage, but he does manage to get past Stars off him, but that was a little bit reckless from the Italian driver. Old Manzi trying to get past Daniel P45, but there's not a lot of room. He might be able to make things happen here, though I think these softs might be about to fall off. Really hasn't been able to make them count as Immortal looks to get close to Quick Mick. Quick Mick sort of outbraking himself, and here comes C. Bradshaw, who doesn't make any mistakes. It looks like Immortal and Quick Mick were too busy focusing on themselves. Oh, okay, Immortal's come out of nowhere and gotten back into P2. I was going to say it looks like Immortal and Quick Mick were a little bit too busy focusing on themselves, and that has allowed Bradshaw to come back into this. But then all of a sudden Immortal's just appeared out of nowhere with a little bit of a dive bomb, not going to lie, and Bradshaw's back down in P3, so Truly, what's happened here? What's happened here? Mr. Adam Moore, a little bit of a mistake. He's losing places. He loses out to MT. He's also going to lose out to the other Bradshaw. Stars off in P10. He's got the two Aston Martins in front of him, and Old Manzi's up into P7 now as he's trying to get a little bit closer to Daniel P45, and Daniel P45 is trying to stay with Penrose, and Penrose has completely lost everybody else. So Penrose, who was doing a really good job at the start of this Grand Prix of just being a nuisance to Quick Mick, is now all the way down in P5 and is tumbling down, which goes to show the power of DRS, everybody. Immortal is going to pick up DRS here from Bradshaw, but it looks like Bradshaw is just going to get past him, and look at that speed! Bradshaw and Mr. Kennedy have got rockets today. I think Mr. Kennedy is going to be able to get past Immortal here, and does. And that is a flashing red light from Quick Mick, who can't do anything against Bradshaw to defend against it. And now he might be under pressure from Mr. Kennedy. And it looks like Mr. Kennedy and Bradshaw have got similar setups, and Immortal and Quick Mick have got similar setups. This is a really interesting battle at the front. So this is where Quick Mick and Immortal are going to have a little bit more of an advantage going into Sector 1. And it looks like Bradshaw and Kennedy have more of an advantage going into Sectors 2 and 3. We've got Gravedigger who's trying to get past Daniel P45, but he's not really looking close enough to be able to make anything happen here. I thought he might have got a little warning there, but he's okay. Stars is 1.1 behind him, so Stars is not going to get DRS, which means he's going to have to do a good job of defending against Rogue, although he is now in DRS range. So let's see if Mr. Kennedy can make something happen here on Quick Mick with that absolute rocket ship that he's got. And Quick Mick seems to know, because that ERS is being turned on again as that is a flashing red light. And look how much speed Mr. Kennedy has got. And even with DRS, Quick Mick is losing ground. I mean, Bradshaw has just used a lot of his ERS, but Quick Mick is losing a lot of ground here to Bradshaw, and he's not going to get DRS onto the main straight, which might mean Mr. Kennedy can get past him, and Mr. Kennedy has also dropped Immortal. Now we've got a VSC, just as things are getting interesting. Oh, hello. I don't think you're allowed to do that. That's okay. Quick Mick's staying out anyway. Immortal's coming in, as is Penrose. So Quick Mick and Bradshaw stay out. Other Bradshaw was stayed out too. He's going to get himself up into Gravedigger's P3. Alves? Did you see Alves? Alves all the way up into P5. Go on, Alves. LCFC Davies P6. Mr. Kennedy is going to come out potentially P7 here. Yeah, it looks like everyone jumped in to get the tyres changed under the VSC, and I think that has come at an absolutely perfect time for some of these drivers. This could be advantage Mr. Kennedy and Immortal. And Immortal's got a drive through, so now it's just advantage Mr. Kennedy. How on earth have you managed to do that? That's pull from Immortal. Should have done better than that. So Immortal might have just potentially thrown away the Drivers' Championship. Skull Kid has retired in the pits. There's quite a lot of gaps, actually, now. Quick Mick is 1.8 behind Bradshaw. C Bradshaw is absolutely flying. J Bradshaw is not doing too bad himself either. Old Man's looking to get past Daniel P45. Let's just have a look at the tyre life. So there we go. We've got a lot of people on fresh tyres now. It's just Dave, Alves, Bradshaw, Gravedigger, Quick Mick and other Bradshaw who aren't on fresh tyres, and Quick Mick is on his very first set. And now Old Manzy and Trilly Trifle have gotten past Daniel P45, and Trilly Trifle is trying to get past Old Manzy here. Jay Bradshaw is getting really... There we go, he's past Gravedigger now. I think Gravedigger might have made a little mistake as Bradshaw. And now Quick Mick is in a Bradshaw sandwich, but he is 7.8 seconds behind Jay Bradshaw. Oh! Okay, Immortal has retired. So Immortal has Rage retired now. So Trilly Trifle sets the fastest lap. And there we have a little update from Days on the standings for everybody in the chat. Thank you, Days. It now does look like it's going to be between Old Manzy and Quick Mick. Oh, it used Immortal 162, Old Manzy 152. Mine says on this, my end is Old Manzy 162. And Immortal 152. But Old Manzy's down in P10 at the moment. TYG Rogue has now retired. Has he crashed? Yeah, Rogue has crashed, I think. Yeah, Rogue has crashed. And we've got a safety car, which is going to play brilliantly into the hands of Quick Mick and Bradshaw. And they're going to have to bring this in now, and that is going to bring things wide open. Who? Have we lost somebody? No, it was Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, well, Immortal, I guess. It was Mr. Kennedy. So let's see where Mr. Kennedy is surely going to stay on this tyre. Let's see where Bradshaw comes out. He's getting a new set of tyres on now. We might come... Bradshaw... There is Mr. Kennedy. Quick Mick has gone for the soft tyres. He's going to try and get 11 laps out of those. That's risky. Oh, hello. What's happened there? Oh, we've got Trilly Trifle who's managed to get himself good play, as is Penrose. Penrose in a good place here now on those hard tyres. They'll go to the end. Rogue has now left the session. Seems a little bit suspicious to me that both McLarens have quit at pretty much the same time and that one of them's caused the safety car. But then the championship rival was advantaged by the safety car. So we're going to put the tinfoil hat away for him. Yeah, I think Immortal has just thrown the... well, I looked at the standings, and I mean, it could be wrong, but on the standings end, it has got Old Manzy on 162, Quick Mick 172, and Immortal 152. I think Immortal has just thrown the championship away there, though, especially if Quick Mick gets a win today. Old Manzy is down in P7. I think Quick Mick is... I don't know if those softs will last for 11 laps, you know. The medium seems to struggle after 11, unless Quick Mick's going for another pit, but... we shall see. He has got a penalty, which I think is a 3 second. Let's just check that. It is a 3 second penalty from Quick Mick. We know that Quick Mick is going to go on the ultra offensive from the safety car restart, and the safety car is looking like it's going to stay out again, so it is only going to be 10 laps of racing for Quick Mick, which is going to give those soft tyres a little bit more of an advantage. There's not really going to be much of an advantage to gain here from Mr. Kennedy or Trilly Trifle or Penrose's tyre life. Yeah, how long they've been on the tyres. I did bring out the VSC as lost my left hand wing and then my right side in the next corner, which ran out the VSC. Yeah, but that's okay. You didn't do it on purpose though. Stars in the pits. Stars going for softs. Should probably just look at him. No, he's gone for a fresh set of mediums. I don't know if that was the right call, Stars. What's happened here? Carrot and Adam just have a bit of a coming together. Let's check if there's maybe damage on Carrot. No, damage on Adam. Doesn't look like it. Now I think that this is sort of double or nothing for Quick Mick. He's gone for the soft tyre. He is going to be the fastest man on track on the safety car restart, and probably for at least 5 laps after that. If he can get far enough away from everybody else, it is reliant upon getting a good start. Immortal will be absolutely furious that he's throwing that away, but lame as a joke, gave me a drive through when coming out of the pits. Love when you come out going faster than the safety car speed. Yeah, I had one of those. I gathered. I had one of those last F1 in either Monza or Imola. I pitted under VSC and then came out. And as soon as I came out the pits, the flags had gone green. I don't know. I should have streamed it really and recorded it. But I'm just going to talk about myself while the safety car stays out for a little bit. But well, there we go. Safety car coming in this lap. But I don't know. I didn't bother looking at it because I was like, oh, I'm in the pits. I can go. But I don't know if I came out and it was already in red. But the VSC ended as soon as I came out of the pits. So. Well, I do think, Immortal, you probably could have stayed out though and just done your drive-through and try and got as many points. As you know, Div 4 does quite like a safety car, as we can see now. Especially if Rogue is going to crash. Mine said minus 200. Ooh, Quick Mick sort of alongside Bradshaw there. Bradshaw's got a lot more straight line speed. Oh no, he's been hit in the back! Penrose has hit him, I think. Oh, Penrose is having a right fight. And old Manzy's got himself all the way up to P4. Has Penrose got damage? Surely he's got damage. That was a huge hit with Quick Mick. Quick Mick's all the way down in P15 now. It's completely ruined his race. Trilly Trifle's got himself up into P3. Ah! Penrose is all over the place. Surely something's happened to Penrose here because he's just tumbling down. He's down in P10. He's going to lose a place out to MT as well and to Mr. Adam Moore. Oh, goodness gracious. What has happened to Penrose? Maybe Penrose got hit and he's got damage and then he was hit into Quick Mick. Quick Mick's P13. He's about to overtake him. That's completely ruined Quick Mick's race, and now it is advantage old Manzy. And we've got a yellow flag. Stars? Stars and Carrot have had it coming together. Carrot keeps having comings together. Quick Mick is blazing past everyone here. He's past MT, he's past Penrose, he's past Mr. Adam Moore, and he's going to be chasing down Alves now, and you expect him to catch Alves quite quickly. Trilly Trifle is trying to stay with the front two, and Mr. Old Manzy is not staying with the front two. MT the Mighty has gotten past Mr. Adam Moore. Mr. Adam Moore might have a bit of damage. I don't see anything Mr. Adam Moore would suggest he does. Quick Mick has got to use that ERS to catch Alves. Alves is looking to try and make a move happen on Daniel P45. He's still got the freshest tyre. It's still not over yet for him. Mr. Adamore and Penrose are both pitting, so they do have some kind of damage. Yeah, that's probably the right call to make, I think, guys. Stars gets himself up into P12. Carrot and Stars both staying out, so there's no damage there. Alves 0.6 behind Daniel P45 now. Quick Mick 0.1 behind them. We've got Truly Trifle. He's managed to really catch Mr. Kennedy and Bradshaw, but we'll see if he loses them now. CFC Davis and also 0.4 behind Gravedigger. Daniel P45 has got a 3-second penalty for making up the track as he goes along. Alves has now gotten past Daniel P45 and MT is 1.4 behind Quick Mick, but he's got much slower tyres. Let's see if Truly Trifle can stay with Mr. Kennedy and Bradshaw. C. Bradshaw is looking very quick today, so on the bright side for Quick Mick, at least it's not Immortal and Old Manzi at the front. Old Manzi is only going to get 12 points. As things stand, Old Manzi is going to be the championship leader as things stand, but I am fully expecting Quick Mick to make a good recovery here. And he's got similar ERS to Daniel P45. He's about to absolutely blow past him. Daniel P45 doesn't cause any issues here. And now Quick Mick can chase down Alves, and I'd expect him to get P8 quite quickly as well. I don't think he's really going to struggle until he potentially gets to Bradshaw, really. Truly Trifle can't quite make a move happen on Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy's dropping a lot of time on Bradshaw, and now with DRS enabled, we are potentially going to see some more overtakes. And if Truly Trifle can stay with Mr. Kennedy and Bradshaw at the faster sections of the track, you'd surely expect him to stay with them at the slower section of the track. And Mr. Kennedy has got stuck on the sausage curb, and Miss Truly Trifle is now leading the Grand Prix. And do you know what? If this guy doesn't get promoted into Division 3, this could be a potential championship winner for next season if he stays in Division 4. I do not think that was an intentional punt from Penrose. He really doesn't seem the type. LCFC Dave getting closer and closer to Gravedigger. Quick Mick is not catching Alves as quickly as I thought he would have done. I hope for his sake those softs haven't fallen off already. Bradshaw's getting closer and closer to Old Manzi. And Quick Mick will be hoping that Bradshaw does make this move stick on Old Manzi, and it looks like he's going to at least get the move done, and Old Manzi tries to outbrake him, but Jay Bradshaw is past him, so Old Manzi's down into P5 now. So as things stand, Quick Mick is still in the lead of the championship. And is Old Manzi going to be able to come back at Bradshaw here? No, he's not. And Bradshaw's got fresher tyres. And Quick Mick has now cut the lead of Alves down by 0.2, 0.3. So he's getting closer and closer. Alves has got a bit of a clean track in front of him though, so he's not going to be held up by other drivers fighting. Oh no, Old Manzi's spun out. Old Manzi's spun. Old Manzi's lost it, and now he's behind Quick Mick. And now that is an absolute disaster for Old Manzi. I'm not too sure if he got hit or what happened, but now he's down in P10. Has he got damage on the wing? It doesn't look like there's any damage on the wing. Does anyone else have any damage? Who was he close to? It was Jay Bradshaw, wasn't it? I think he's just lost it. I don't think Bradshaw's taken him out. It looks like he just might have lost it on one of the curbs. So now it's not fantastic for Quick Mick, but he's still going to be extending his lead at the top. It could have been almost won today, but I'm sure he'll take finishing in front of Old Manzi for the rest of the season. And you've got to say that Immortal's Rage retirement is looking even more ridiculous now. Quick Mick is about to get past Alves here, as Alves, well, both of them have used a lot of their ERS, and Quick Mick is surely going to make this one happen now, and he's going to be 2.2 behind LCFC Dave with 5 laps to go, but those soft tyres are going to start to struggle a little bit more now. I don't think... Oh, Old Manzi's out to pit, so is Old Manzi getting a new front wing? Old Manzi is getting a new front wing, is he? Yeah, Old Manzi's getting a new front wing, so certainly got a pit. That's what I learnt when I drove around here. If you've got any kind of damage, you've got a pit. And Emotive Carrot is also pitted. Here comes Pemrose, who also had to pit too. Pemrose gets himself up to P13. Is he going to stay in front of Oldmanzi? Yes, he is going to stay in front of Oldmanzi. And let's have a look at the front, because although they haven't been fighting a lot, they are quite close together. Oh, no, let's have a look at Alves, actually. No, Alves is... I don't really think he's going to catch quickly, although he might do. He might do. Quick Mick is losing time to LCFC Dave, though. And if Alves puts any more pressure on him, don't think, in terms of drama, I think there's another twist to the tail of this one. Alves not quite as bold as he could have perhaps been. And I think if Quick Mick can't drop Alves quickly, I think he's going to be struggling come the end of the race, because those softs are going to give out. Mr. Kennedy has lost a lot of time to Trilly Trifle, and Trilly Trifle, as long as he doesn't do a random pit for no reason soon, Trilly Trifle should be okay to get a P2 or maybe even a race win. Everyone else is quite far apart. It looks like the main battle's really going to be between Carrot and Oldmanzi, Alves and Quick Mick, and then Trilly Trifle and Bradshaw. So unless we get a safety car... Oh no, Quick Mick's got a 3-second time penalty as well, so he needs to drop Alves anyway. Luckily for him, Daniel P45 and MT have also got one, but they're also quite far away, so Alves could be looking at a potential P7 here, maybe even P6 if Quick Mick can carry him to Dave. Trilly Trifle's gotten very close to Bradshaw though. Let's see if Trilly Trifle can make something happen here. Bradshaw's used a lot of his ERS. As Bradshaw goes defensive to take the inside line, trying to push Trilly Trifle around the outside. It looks like he might be able to make this one stick. He's coming up on the switcheroo, and Trilly Trifle has taken the lead of the race. And I must say, I do think he's been the fastest car on track here. And it looks like Alves is just trying to save his ERS, whereas Quick Mick is using his. And Bradshaw, even though he's got 3-lap fresher tyres, is really losing out here to Trilly Trifle. Oldmanzi is now past Carrot, although Carrot and Oldmanzi having a bit of a back and forth together. And Carrot is going to hold on to it this time. I wonder if Oldmanzi's just going to go for the fastest lap. Bradshaw doing a good job of sticking with Trilly Trifle here. And they're both being cautious, which is what we like to see. No one's going for any moves that aren't on. Trilly Trifle is being very calm with his ERS, whereas Bradshaw is using his quite a bit, and he hasn't turned the DRS on for some reason, despite having it. He should surely turn it on here. Does. He doesn't need ERS for this one. He's past Trilly Trifle. I think Trilly Trifle is happy to play the longer game. And everyone else is really far apart, so it looks like it's just going to be a battle for P1 that we're going to see here. Quick Mick has managed to drop Alves quite considerably, and Mr. Adamore's DNF'd. Is it a safety car? No, because it's lap 23. No safety car, it's just a Mr. Adamore there. Oh, wow, he hit Oldmanzi. Mr. Adamore is out. And LCFC Dave's out too. Where is he? He's gone straight on too. Dave is out as well, which means more points for Quick Mick. So he's going to be getting an extra 8 points, whereas Oldmanzi and Immortal, Mortal's not scoring any. It looks like Old Manzi is unlikely to score any too. Daniel P45 retired. Now what's going on, everyone? Everyone's just losing it. Old Manzi's going to get points at this point. Where's Daniel lost it? Here again? No? About here? Right, anyway. Trulli Trifle and Bradshaw, that's the main fight. Old Manzi's got himself up into P11. And can he get a point by catching a Motive Carrot? I'm not too sure what happened there. Yeah, same corner as Dave. That seems to be a popular one for people to crash out at. It's also where we lost BHA Firefish, and this has been great racing from Trulli Trifle. Bradshaw's used up all of his ERS, and Trulli Trifle's just going to go for him right at the end, I think. He's just going to sit behind him. This is a clinic put on here, and Motive Carrot's trying to catch Penrose. Trying to overtake Penrose. We're going to stick with the battle for the lead. Old Manzi maybe didn't realise he could catch Penrose, but he can score some points here, and every point is going to matter. Quick Mick up into P6. He is 5 seconds behind Gravedigger, though. And Penrose and Carrot. Yeah, Penrose and Carrot are still doing okay. 10 lap old softs, though, for Quick Mick. Those are going to be struggling, I think, at this stage of the Grand Prix. Maybe Trulli Trifle's 13 lap old mediums are, but he needs to make sure he stays in DRS range here. He's really dropped out of it. Just drop back into it again now. The DRS will carry him back into it. About to hit the final lap. I wonder what is going through Bradshaw's mind right now. We'll make for a very interesting podium interview if we can get them both on it. Both to have a chat with us. Motive Carrot is 0.5 behind Penrose now. Old Manzi's managed to catch them both up after it being around 2 seconds behind. And here comes Trulli Trifle as he's gone for the move. He doesn't use a lot of his ERS to make that one happen either. Bradshaw has to just tuck behind him, and it looks like Trulli Trifle is going to be using his ERS to defend. I don't think Bradshaw's out of this one just yet. We know how fast that car is in a straight line, as proved by how much of a rocket ship he turned into when they were overtaking Immortal and Quick Mick earlier on in the race. Quick Mick is now 5.7 seconds behind Gravedigger. He's certainly not going to catch him, but he has managed to increase the gap over Alves, very importantly, which means he will hold on to P6. Carrot getting very close to Penrose here. We're going to stay on board with this one for the battle for the lead. Bradshaw getting closer and closer to Trulli Trifle. He's getting very close now. Surely DRS time now. Is he going to use it? He's going to use his ERS. He's going to give it everything he's got to try and overtake Trulli Trifle here. He's gotten round the outside. Can Trulli Trifle come back? This will be what he was waiting for, to use all of his DRS. Oh, he's had a little bit of a knock. I think he might be okay. Oh, this is going to be tight. Oh, I think it's Trulli. It is Trulli. By 0.02 of a second. Oh, the drama. And now can Alves catch Quick Mick? He's done it so far. Oh, he's hit the side. That's going to lose him some time. I think Quick Mick's okay. Yes, he is. Quick Mick holds on to P6. Whew. Well, I think with Quick Mick finishing P6 and Old Manzi finishing P10, oh, we've lost Penrose somewhere. With Quick Mick finishing P6 and Old Manzi P9, actually, as he's just gotten past. Oh, they're not finished. Sorry. They're not finished yet. The Motive Carrot can come back and I think Old Manzi's going to be okay. There we go. Old Manzi does hold on to P9. So an extra 2 points, but it's still going to be an increased gap of +6. So it's now a gap of 16. Oh, sorry, 16 between Old Manzi and Quick Mick to take to Miami. And C. Bradshaw gets driver of the day. I think that's very much deserved. There is Trilly Trifle, our race winner. Where's the champagne? There it is. So Williams and Aston Martin and an Alfa Romeo on the podium, and that was pretty much as close as an end you're going to get to a race. I think Right, I just need to make sure I get the telemetry before I start talking about things, because otherwise I get shouted at. But Trilly Trifle with P1, Bradshaw P2, Mr. Kennedy P3. I'm not too sure what happened with my controller there, that was interesting. Bradshaw gets P4, Gravedigger P5, Quick Mick P6, Alves P7, MT the Mighty P8, Old Manzi gets P9, and Motor Carrot rounds out the point in P10, Starzop gets P11, Penrose P12, after a DNF, Danny P13, LCFC Dave 14. Oh, Mr. Adam Moore gets P15. But a lot of those were DNFs. Anyway, so breathe. Let's where is Trilly Trifle? There he is. Let's see if we can get him in the party, as well as Bradshaw. See if they want to have a chat to us. So Bradshaw started P12. And Trilly started P2, so it would have been a nice little win for Bradshaw had he managed to get it happen. P12 to P1 would have been quite extraordinary, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any interviews after this one, because they've left the lobby and they're not joining my party, so they don't want to talk to me, which is quite upsetting, I think. So maybe we can end the stream talking about what this means for the championship. So it does mean that it's gone from a 10-point gap to a 16-point gap in favour of Quick Mick. Immortal not getting any points means that it's going to go from a 20 to 26-point gap. So Immortal isn't quite out of it yet. But oh no, sorry, it's an 18-point gap. Is it? No, 28? 28-point gap. I can do maths. It's a 28-point gap, which means that Immortal could potentially be out of it next week. And that would mean it's between Old Manzi and Quick Mick. And with the form that both of the drivers have shown recently, you've got to say it's favourite Quick Mick. I do think perhaps Immortal's angry retirement is going to come back to haunt him, because with Quick Mick spinning out, and with the pace that we saw Immortal had, even with that DNF, even with that drive-through, I do think he could have easily got on a top 3, at least a top 5, which would have kept things alive a lot more. But there we have it. Thank you for watching this with me. I hope you've enjoyed my coverage. I've missed you guys for the last 2 weeks, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully I am back for next week, but university life means that when it's essay time I do somewhat struggle, but anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed my commentary once again. I've certainly enjoyed commentating for you, and I shall see you guys next week, fingers crossed, for Miami, where I can sing songs like Welcome to Miami, but I think that would just make everyone leave the stream. But thank you for tuning in, and I shall see you hopefully very soon. Bye bye.